Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Tapped Out to Pro Wrestling Pick Fed, specifically working hours. Folks, right now you see it on the screen. The Tapped Out to Pro Wrestling Hardcore Champion, the Sandman, is about to make his way out to the ring to defend his championship. Ladies and gentlemen, as you all saw the last time the Sandman was in the ring here on Tapped Out to Pro Wrestling Working Hours, Abdullah the Butcher came out and attacked this man. Well, Abdullah the Butcher made the challenge and Sandman did in fact accept, and we are now here, and as you can see out in the crowd, there he is, the hardcore champion himself, the Sandman, looking to defend his championship here tonight. Now folks, mere seconds after Abdullah the Butcher attacked the Sandman, he ran back to Teddy Long and he begged for this match, and like I said, the Sandman did in fact accept, and now, folks, the Sandman having an impromptu championship match here on this episode. I mean, we weren't even expecting a championship match on this episode, let alone a championship match this early into the pick fed. I mean, we haven't even had a mega event yet, and we're already defending the hardcore championship here on this brand because, folks, this is the type of excitement you would see here on Tapped Out to Pro Wrestling. There's a lot of men fighting for the shot at the Tapped Out to Pro Wrestling Hardcore Championship, but only one man can say that he has that championship around his waist. And this man had to go through Terry Funk, Cactus Jack, and John Moxley just to say that he can be the Tapped Out to Pro Wrestling Hardcore Champion. Now that's a feat that no mortal man can truthfully be able to defeat. But I don't know, Abdullah the Butcher is a completely different monster in that ring. But challenges such as Abdullah the Butcher are something that the Sandman is rather used to at this point. I mean, like I said, he is the hardcore champion. A lot of men want their shot at that championship and at a legend like the Sandman. I mean, he's been doing hardcore wrestling for years. People have loved what this man has been able to do around the world, and honestly, specifically in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, where this man is very well known. Folks, you gotta believe that Terry Funk is waiting any second for his rematch. The same with Cactus Jack and John Moxley. You gotta believe that at some point Dabbing Jay Rollins, one of the deathmatch legends, is gonna want a shot at the hardcore championship. You gotta believe that so many hardcore legends of this business are gonna wanna go for the Tapped Out to Pro Wrestling Hardcore Championship, and none have been more lucky than this man getting ready to make his way out to the ring right now. This man just waltzed right into Teddy Long's office and gained this match. He begged for this match and got exactly that. And now we're about to see it, folks. And I gotta, I'm sitting here thinking to myself, what made Abdullah the Butcher want to beg and plead for a championship match? That's not like Abdullah the Butcher to beg and plead for a match. I mean, don't get me wrong, I am beyond excited to hear that we have a championship match here on this episode and a hardcore championship match at that juncture. But, it's just so strange that it's happening so soon. Abdullah the Butcher is ready, the Sandman is ready, and folks, I am ready to see this thing get underway. You gotta believe that the Sandman has been dying to get his hands on Abdullah the Butcher ever since he attacked him after his match against Doink the Clown. And you gotta believe that Abdullah the Butcher has been dying to do some more damage to the Sandman. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is not gonna be for the faint at heart. If you are squeamish to things like blood, folks, I would suggest clicking off this video right now because we are about to get underway. We are seconds away from having this Tapped Out to Pro Wrestling Hardcore Championship match between Abdullah the Butcher and the Sandman. And here we go, folks. It's about to go down. These two hardcore legends are about to take it to one another. And folks, I cannot explain how excited I am for this. These two guys have been through it all when it comes to hardcore wrestling. They've been in every promotion, wrestling the best. And, oh, wait a second. The lights have just went out. Folks, I can't see a thing in here. Oh! What? It's Sabu! Sabu is out here. Oh, my. And he just whips that chair at the face of the Sandman. Are you kidding me? Sabu and Abdullah the Butcher. What is this about? Well, folks, either way, this hardcore championship match is underway because, of course, there are no rules. This is all legal. Oh, and Abdullah the Butcher laying the Sandman out on that table. You've got to be kidding me. Abdullah the Butcher, no. This is not what the Hardcore Championship stands for. This is not what it's about. Off the ropes. Look at this, no! Sabu and the Sandman crashing through that table. My God, the homicidal, suicidal, death-defying Sabu aiding Abdullah the Butcher, just basically putting the championship around this man's waist. What is this about? Goes for the pin. No, it's only a 2 count. Thank God. The Sandman somehow, some way still able to fight in this one, even after being crashed through that table by Sabu. My God. It's hard to even say that Sandman has a chance, especially after that elbow. And that's all she wrote. Wow, you've got to be kidding me, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, Abdullah the Butcher, with the help of Sabu, gaining the Tapped Out to Pro Wrestling Hardcore Championship here tonight. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this right here is not what the Hardcore Championship stands for. This is not what it's about. And honestly, I am very displeased with what we just saw. And you got to believe that Teddy Long is too, especially after Abdullah the Butcher begged for this match. I expected a lot more blood. I expected a lot more hardcore wrestling, but you got to believe that this certainly cannot be the end here. But now, ladies and gentlemen, we have a new hardcore champion, and his name is Abdullah the Butcher. Abdullah the Butcher, I mean, I got to say, a legend of hardcore wrestling. You know, he does make for a good hardcore champion, but not this way. Not having it handed to him by Sabu. This is absolutely ridiculous, folks. I apologize. This is a disgusting display that we just saw here. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Oh, but wait a second. We're backstage now, and apparently some commotion is going on. And there's Kane, the big red machine. Kane, what's he doing back there? Folks, I don't know if you could hear that noise or whatever that is, but ladies and gentlemen, security trying to check on Kane, but wait! He's got him by the throat! No! Kane he chokeslammed an official. That's a fine! That's a hefty fine right there. My God, what is going on here tonight, folks? I don't even know.